We are live. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. It has been a hectic morning, afternoon, later morning. Hi, Isabel and Clara.
Hi everyone.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Good. What's happening? What's that music? Hi, so it is 7 a.m. here. I am fresh face. It's 9 a.m. where you are, Isabel. What time is it in Canada? Amy
It's 4 p.m. in Vancouver. So both Clara and I are in Vancouver time right now. Sorry, I'm literally in a different location. I was at a wedding earlier. And I probably have to leave a little earlier than usual because we have to head out to the reception after. So I'll stay as long as I can.
Fabulous, Amy.
Oh, thank you.
And we just woke. Well, actually, I just woke up, but
you guys look totally fine.
Wonderful, even in the morning.
I woke up like half an hour ago. Like literally, I told myself, I gotta wake up. I gotta wake up. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. It's been so long seeing all four of us together again. And yeah, Isabel was just asking, do we have any theme for this? We had no. I'm like, no, we're gonna go really like live, really spontaneous. And yeah, I actually asked some questions. I asked like a post on my Instagram. Anybody want to ask us anything? And wow, you all delivered. We have so many questions. So how we're gonna do this? Okay, so the way I think I'm gonna do is because since I'm hosting it with and managing the banner, I'll tell you. Okay, this question rapid fire because there's so many questions. So rapid fire means just don't think so hard, just answer it first thing that comes to your mind. Then some of the questions that you have given, if I say yeah, let's talk about it, then we'll talk about it because there are like so many. Hang on. And to the audience, it doesn't mean you can't ask questions. Please do, because yeah, it's alive. Ask anything. Okay, let's go this one. Let's start. All right, let's do this one. Can you all hear us? I hope so. Okay, let's do this one. Rapid fire for overjoyed. You have a chance to swap out 2 of your H bags for another 2. What are your choices? Clara.
Okay, so I haven't announced it on my channel yet, but I actually sold 2 of my bags already. So it was the Birkin 25 in the beige de Weimar, and I also sold my Kelly 25 return in the tan and gold color. So I swapped those 2 out, and what did I get instead? So I have a bleed and a Picotin. So yeah, the Picotin I already announced on my channel, and the bleed that's coming later. But you're the first to know through the live.
And why? Why did you? I shouldn't know. No questions. No question. Rapid fire. Isabel.
Oh my gosh, I don't know about 2, but the first one I know, it's my Barenia Faubourg Birkin 25. Actually, I did a Q&A on. Oh, did I do a Q&A? I can't remember. I did a video. And then I asked the viewers, about this whole situation, how I've got 2 very similar Birkins, Birkin 25 gold, yeah. And actually, a lot of people commented, the gold SO one from Paris is so sentimental. Hold on to that. But the Barenia Faubourg is just way too similar. But I love the leather, so they suggested swap it out for a Kelly or some other style in the same leather. That's a good idea, right? So I'm thinking, anyway, so that's the first one. The other one, I'm not sure. But actually, my two Birkin 25, the newest one, there was such an out of the blue offer, right? So, if I had to swap another one out, I'll swap that one for another one because I love all the other ones so much. All the other ones were like my wish list bags, whereas this one was a bit like, Oh, well, a tube. Okay, I'll just take it. Right? But I don't feel the same excitement. I think people could tell about this one. So if I was to swap this out for something else, I actually really want to try out a Kelly 28 Raton as like an everyday chuck everything and go sort of bag. Color, yeah, I think anything that's easy to match. I mean, even a tube would be good. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. You swapped everything for Kelly's.
Oh no, actually, the Barenia football doesn't have to be a Kelly. It could be
anything else in a different
other
leather.
bag.
Yeah. It could even be like a Birkin 30, you know.
What about you, Amy?
Good one. So for me, for sure, I would just do a simple swap with a Della Cavalleria into a Constance 18. It could even be the same color. I don't mind. I just feel like the Constance 18 is more feminine. So they're pretty much the same bag, right? Crossbody, kind of that shape. So that would be my number one choice. And then, I like all my bags, but I am kind of leaning towards what Isabel said, because my Kelly 28 Cellier, it does still feel bulky to me. So I feel like I would either go down a size in the same color, or I could maybe try a retourné. That's my thought process. We're not really doing it, so that's just rapid fire kind of answer. But I mean, like I mentioned before, right? I'm still kind of learning the 28 and see if I can like get along with it and get a lot of use out of it. Like I still love it, but it's just it is a bit big, especially in Cellier.
Good choices. Okay, for me, I think it's right behind because I'm going to do a video on it. So that would be my first choice. I would swap out my Kelly 25 Kelly because I've been talking about it. I'm not really, I mean, I like my Kelly, but I think I'm not a Kelly girl. So I was just, I took it out because I was thinking I might do a video about selling it. But today we're going to talk about swapping. So if I could swap this out, I would swap it for a Birkin Itan because I've been dying for that bag. Then another bag that I would swap out is my Mini Kelly, which is a very light color, I think for another color, because white is gorgeous, but it's hard, right? It's a hard color to... No, it's not a hard color to wear, but it's just a hard color to take care of. I feel like I'm always worried about it. So yeah, I'll swap it out for another color. Okay, moving on. Let's go for the next one. I think this is going to be a quick one. Steph Liu's asking, Mini Kelly or Kelly 25 Raton for an everyday bag, and which color? Let's go with... let's start with you, Amy. Let's go with the host.
Everyday bag?
Don't think so hard.
I mean, it would be Kelly 25 Retourné, because the Mini Kelly, I still say to this day, I love my Mini Kelly, but it's not an everyday bag. It can hardly fit. I have an iPhone 13 mini, and it can fit it, but it's very hard to reach for it, like to get it in and out all the time. So I feel like it's not an everyday bag. So it has to be Kelly 25. And then which color? I feel like for me, it's going to be the neutral family, like a taupe, gold, black, sort of. Oh, gray. Actually, I would love a gray because I still don't have a gray bag from Hermes. Like the dark grays, not the light gray that I have. The light gray that I have is like a white color, basically. Yeah, that would be my choice.
What about you, Isabel?
You know, in theory, Kelly 25 Raton because it can fit everything. But personally, I actually use Mini Kelly like a lot, like every day, because it's black, so carefree, and I don't actually need to carry a lot. So I used to use it every day, and then I don't use it as much anymore, but I still use it more than the Kelly Raton 25. And I know my Kelly 25 Raton is a pop of color, but even if it's black, I think, in theory, I know it's Kelly 25, but like I actually use the mini Kelly more, like every day.
So what if your mini Kelly was not in black though?
Actually, depends on the color, but like you said, if it's all in neutral, and my Kelly 25 was also in neutral, you know, sometimes Kelly 25, I feel a bit like
still too big.
I don't know. It still feels a bit statement, whereas mini Kelly just feels so like under the radar, like no one can see the bag. And I don't carry a lot. Like I
even as a mommy now,
everything else goes in the pram. So it's even better now.
That's probably why, because you have a big.
No, but even
you're double bagging. You're double.
Yeah, I chuck everything in
the double bag is like a full trolley.
Even before, I didn't actually feel like, I know it can't fit a lot, but I don't need a lot as an everyday bag. So depends on how much you carry.
What about you, Clara? Definitely K25.
Yeah, so definitely for me it's a K25 return, but I think it really depends on how much you carry on a daily basis. So if you're the type of person who can get away with wearing like even less than a walk, say a wallet on chain, then maybe MK is better for you. But if you need more than what you typically carry in a wallet or a walk, then I would say K25 return. For me, it's definitely a K25 return. For an everyday bag, I would go with a neutral color that's probably more casual. So pick a casual color that will go with everything.
Yeah. I kind of agree with you, Isabel. Like, because I'm talking about the K25, right? Even though it's a good bag, right? Mine's Celia, even a little bit more snooty, but it's a good bag. But I feel like if I had to carry every day, I'd rather pick the smaller bag. So I think I will go with the mini Kelly, not for carrying a lot of things, just if I were to pick one, I would pick something smaller. Like this one really, it's
a presence. Like it's
like there, like, oh my gosh, you are carrying a Kelly 25. Which
the mini Kelly is definitely more casual.
Kind of in your face still.
Yeah, but it's still in your face. You know, I don't know. There's something about the Kelly, whether it's the return or the Cellier style, it's very
statement.
Very statement. Yeah, I'm looking for that word. Like it's just you see it.
It doesn't matter if it's return or Cellier. It's like it's statement.
It's like, you know, classic flaps. I feel like as soon as you go to a small or a medium, it just looks so snooty. But the mini is so cute. And that used to be my everyday bag, like mini square. And it can fit maybe tiny bit more than the mini Kelly, but not much more.
That's so true.
And I used to use that for like 5 years straight as like an everyday bag. So it wasn't, I feel like it's the same kind of vibe.
It's true. Actually, even the
style.
I feel like the Birkin 25. Like, okay, if you could get the Birkin 20, the one size smaller, it wouldn't be so snooty. Like 25. If I compare 25 to 30, 25 seems a little bit more acceptable. Like 30 is already like, whoa, look at me.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think it also depends on where you live. You know, Sydney's so casual. Like if I'm going to like a beachside cafe, I don't feel like carrying a Kelly 25, but the mini Kelly is acceptable. You know, I don't look like, you Asian trying so hard to dress up just to go to the beach, you know. I always see these Asian people at the beach. They're so dressed up.
Yeah, you notice the Kelly 25.
Yeah, you notice the Kellys,
seen it
right?
a couple times in Vancouver, and it's like, oh, there's a Kelly 25. So
yeah, but the
I'm
mini
really
Kelly
surprised by the
is
answers,
casual
actually. I'm like really surprised that we're not all saying Kelly 25. But I think with your analogy with the classic mini flap, I have to agree with that one. I didn't think of it that way. I think I was thinking, for me, when I use my mini Kelly, I hardly reach for it. Like I hardly reach inside the bag. So for me, that's synonymous of not every day, because it's so annoying to reach in and out that I don't reach for. Like I just put stuff in it just to have it, like my keys and my card. But it's more back to like just to show, it's like it's pretty, you know.
It carries nothing. It's like a toy.
Yeah, it's like a toy.
It's like a toy. It's like an accessory. It doesn't fit anything unless you're the type. It's like a couple cards and my keys. I'm good.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I think the Kelly is one of the best. Like if you would put a Kelly 25 and then you put a Birkin 25 together, somehow the Kelly 25, even if it's in Raton style, it's still like, look at me. This is the Kelly. And I think if you have a very casual demeanor, it really, there's a big contrast. It's just like there.
Yeah, I wouldn't use my Kelly 25 with leggings, for example. It would look.
Yeah, but as with the Birkin, it just goes, right? It's so much, it just melts better. So anyway, great answer. We hope we answer that. Okay, next question we'll need to discuss. Okay, so this appeared in, I think it's kind of like the same. So we have, this one's for you, Clara. So V Happy Place. Clara, are you still on your age journey? Miss Rach is asking, love that you ladies are back. Are you all still on your age journey? And then I guess this is sort of like the same, right? Bash Mash is asking, how do you rate your pursuit and interest, spelling, Cat, check your spelling, level on H now versus 2 or 3 years back? So it's all about the H journey. I think all of us are around the same. We're like pandemic babies, pandemic H babies. Yeah, maybe we'll start. Let's start with Clara. Clara's got a lot of thoughts. Let's start with you.
Okay. So I'm definitely a lot slower. I kind of feel like, when you're really hungry, you eat a lot of like the same thing, and then you have so much, you're like, oh, I don't want to eat it anymore. It's kind of bit that like, yeah, it's like when my husband and I were like binging on like, I can't remember what cake it was, some sort of cheesecake from Costco. We had like a lot of it, and then some, like we never wanted to like eat it again for 20 years.
I get it.
It's not like that. So my SA left Hermes. She went on a medical leave last year around September. So ever since she left, I never really went to the shop anymore. But having said that, I already got all the things I wanted. And long story short, I kind of feel like I already got what I wanted. And I also feel like I've used a couple of things, so I know what I like and what I don't like. And unfortunately, because you can't use or see a lot of these bags in real life, you need to kind of use them to kind of know what you really like and want to use. And at the end of the day, I think it comes down to lifestyle. And so for my lifestyle at this moment, I'm using more casual bags. And I think, like we mentioned, the Kelly is kind of like statement. So I'm kind of over the journey. And the only time I'll probably get more Hermes bags is probably like the cheaper ones when I go like traveling, or if I happen to get into the lottery at Paris. So I've slowed down a lot. And actually, I have a lot of unboxings I haven't done yet because I'm kind of moving apartments right now. But you'll see in the next couple of videos, it's actually a lot of non-Hermes stuff. So I've kind of like swung back the other way, and I'm like buying some other bags now instead of Hermes because, yeah, like I said, it's kind of like you ate so much, of the same thing. You just got sick of it and went, blah, like a bit like that. So, yeah.
What about you? I mean, Amy and I, every time we do this live, I've been saying like, I'm so done. What about you, Isabel? I mean, look at me. I'm even considering selling my bag. Like, oh, bye. Though I have to say, when I took it out of the box, I'm like, maybe not. Maybe not. What about you, Isabel? How is your journey? How are you going on with your journey now that you're a mom?
Clara put it so well. That's exactly how it feels. We ate too much.
Are you overindulged? Like calories are too high right now.
Yeah, I realized we don't really need that many of these quota bags, right? Because I don't know. I think we all sort of have similar sort of lifestyle in the sense that we are normal people, right? We just do our things, work. You go to the gym, like.
Those that buy too many are not normal people.
Like we don't have that many occasions to use all different colors of like Kellys and Birkins. So I've definitely slowed down. And even when I got the Etude Birkin, I felt really underwhelmed. And I think people could pick up on that as well, because I opened it and I was like, it's the same bag, right? Just in a different color. But it's a neutral as well. So it was like, I sound so ungrateful. It's not the point. But I think there was a time that I really wanted another Mini Kelly in a lighter neutral because I used the black one so much. But recently I've kind of lost interest in that as well, because I'm just thinking I just kind of don't want to be on the journey anymore. And even, other things that we can buy from Hermes, there are still things that I really want, but probably not gonna be enough for another bag offer. So I'll just still buy those things casually. But it feels really liberating. And I'm with you, Clara, in that I love exploring other brands. We sort of forgot how many cute things are out there.
Yeah.
And they're so fun. It's like, oh, we can go buy that tomorrow.
Yeah. So interesting.
I don't have anything on my wish list at the moment. All my friends keep telling me you need a Constance, because I don't have a Constance. And I did try out a couple of my friends' Constance, both in the size 18 and 24. I used to really not like it, but I kind of, it's really growing on me. But I'm not really going to actively chase. But if it grows on me more and I really want it, that's probably the only other thing that could possibly, be something else that I want. But at the moment, I'm good.
Yeah, I think the theme is there. And Amy, what about you?
So riding on Clara's analogy about eating, so I'm going to also throw in the mathematical curve. You know how the diminishing return, you have the calculus curve that goes up and then it goes down. So I think I'm at the peak, the curve like this, and then it goes up and goes down. So I think I'm at the peak right here. It's been a nice ride, and the satisfaction level is also quite high. But I feel like I'm on the downward part of that curve now, where I'm still going right with this age journey, but the level of satisfaction is sort of starting to decline. And I feel like I'm at that point because I'm still after a few things. You guys know that, right, from my wish list. And so, I feel like it's just a matter of reaching the same level as both you, Isabel and Clara, where you're I've eaten too much. But I'm okay, because I think for me, my only other love is Chanel, and right now I literally have zero relationship with anybody at Chanel, so they're not even looking at me. So I kind of still can put all my attention towards Hermes, but I can feel the burden of this long journey, right? It's been long. It's been very I've been working at it hard and everything, but it's long. It's hard to wait for one bag a year, So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, so I mean, I same theme, that I'm also feeling really tired. I'm tired, and you can't squeeze anything out from me anymore. Plus, I don't know, I can't remember if I've actually said this on the live, whether it's the I don't know. I'm pretty sure I said it. I just don't know if it's the public live or the members live, but my essay has also left. My essay has left. So, and I think when they leave, it's sort of leaving this hole of uncertainty. And also it came in the right time, because it's a bit okay, I guess it's a sign. It's a sign. I mean, I had a really good run with my old essay, great bags, which is why I'm doubting this, because this is actually from my old essay. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe make me so what's the word? Not spontaneous, a bit, don't think through it so much. So I feel yes, I still want a Birkin 25 Eton, but because the chase is so long and uncertain and obviously expensive, I feel like I rather just go to the resale market and walk and buy. I just don't want to go through the whole loops and hoops and dancing around the question of, can I get a bag? When's my bag coming? I'm so tired. I've got white hair because of it. So I feel like my mindset is, I don't think I will just leave the whole H profile because I have a good profile. I will only go in when I really need something. Like I need to replace my sheep sandals, but I have nothing. Like if I need to replace a cup, I'll go in. If there's something nice, I'll go in. Presents, I'll go in. But am I gonna like hunt things down for the pre-spend? I don't think so anymore. It's just like, I'm not. And like Isabel, if suddenly a bag just drops in my lap, I'm like, okay, great. But I'm not gonna chase it down anymore. I think I'm done. And I'm gonna ask this question before we move on to the next, because there's something similar coming up. What other brands are y'all interested in right now? Because we're all talking about jumping into other brands. Clara?
Celine.
Sorry.
Okay,
Who's
so
got a Celine question? Somebody asked about Celine. You?
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Somebody asked about Romy bag or Archon. Is that Celine?
Oh,
yeah, that's
I don't know.
Celine. The Archon is Celine.
Archon.
What about you, Claire? Are you still into Celine? Like,
I still really like Celine. So I have the Romy bag. Obviously, I also like that Teen Triomphe bag a lot. If I didn't have the Constance, I'd probably get that. I actually really like that as a casual bag, and it's not so in your face. So she's carrying a Hermes Constance bag, right? I really like that. Some other bags I have kind of delved into that I haven't released on my channel yet, and just to share with the live, I have a Balenciaga bag I haven't shared. I have a BV bag, and I also recently bought a Chanel bag also. So, it was really liberating to be able to shop other brands. It just adds something a little different to my Hermes collection, because I don't always look like, the immaculate, like little with her Hermes bag all the time, right? So it's just a little more fun, and it's pretty liberating. And recently going out, I've been like using my new Chanel bag a lot. So yeah, so those are some of the other brands I think that are pretty interesting right now for me. Yeah.
I have to ask this though. So, okay, let me see if I can frame it correct, like right. So yes, it's and Amy's gonna agree with me. I think Amy's gonna agree with me. Yes, it's liberating to try other brands. Like you're like, that's it. I'm gonna walk into the store. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
But do you walk into the store and you pick up the bag, and do you feel like, okay, like a little underwhelmed, or like your money could be spent in Hermes? Like, do you have this like, almost second thought of buying the other brands because you know that actually the quality, not up to par? Like, do you get this like feeling? Like,
I see what you're saying.
A little bit by yourself, because you've tried it. You've tried the Clemens and the Togo and the Barenia, and then there you are staring down at a Celine Archon bag.
Well, it's like the vibe and the look that I'm going for, right? To me, a handbag is an accessory to complement how I look. It shouldn't be the piece that is setting up what I should be like. I kind of feel like the Hermes kind of like trumps the type of look that you're going for. But when I buy a bag, it's like it's going with my like leggings look, or it's going with my, like, I have these really big oversized Balenciaga jean jackets, like it's going to go with that look, or if I want to look like more rocker, I'm like doing another look, or if I want to be more kind of like chic looking, like it could be a YSL bag or a Chanel bag. I don't find the Hermes bag can give me those looks. Yes, I know the quality will be subpar, but when I buy these bags, I'm kind of already thinking, well, I might not get my money back, but do I think I can get the cost per wear or the cost per use down over the next 10 years? And if the answer is yes, and the bag can go with several and can go with my lifestyle, that's the most important thing. And I know I can use it every day, then yeah, sure, why not? I might not recoup like, I don't know, the $4,000 or whatever it is, but like I'll probably get more cost per wear out of the $4,000 versus like the $8,000 or $10,000 bag. So yeah.
Great, Chris. Great answer.
Yeah.
Thank you. What about you, Isabel? So like, do you get that? Like, so now you're saying Celine, but are you like really gonna drop that 6,000-7,000 on Celine?
So,
did you buy something from Celine and you haven't shown it?
I am so behind on videos. I know exactly what you mean, because I think it was our last live. I was already interested in the Celine Triomphe bag, and it was last year. And I think there was a question about what's the one brand that you love but you just can't bring yourself to buy? I think there was a question like that.
Yes.
And then that made me think, I was like, oh, like the Celine bag's really nice, but yeah, $6,000 that bag that I want is. I don't know how many times I checked it out. I really love it, but you're right. I was like, oh, $6,000. But I agree with Clara in that, it's still not like $16,000.
True.
And in a sense, if I didn't have the quota bags that I really, really want, and I think a couple of years back, I was like, oh, I can put that money towards, getting my next Birkin or whatever I want. But because I feel like I have like a core collection of bags, I really...
Oh no.
Now I actually feel okay. Oh yeah.
Isabel, you had a glitch in the matrix. Oh. Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, I think now that I'm happy with my core Hermes bag collection, I feel a bit more okay to spend on other brands. But also, side note, Celine Tin Triomphe bags, such good deals on the resale market. So I might have done that. It was like,
yeah, resale is really good right now. It was
crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't, like 40% off. I'm like, why not?
Yeah,
why not? Pre-love.
Yeah, I've been seeing those Triomphe bags going for like 40% off.
Yeah. And I was like, am I okay?
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You're okay.
Okay. Yeah, so that's going on off on a tangent, but it's how I feel.
Yeah.
The resale market's good now if you want to buy something.
It is. The prices
even the
are
Hermes
just...
Constance, I actually thought about going to resale, because it's like the same as retail.
It is. Little bit, maybe the premium is like a little bit like 10,
if you
20%.
Want a really nice neutral, you're right. But it's so much easier. Like you don't have to be hanging for it.
Yep. Amy, do you want to have a quick rapid answer for this? Where
sure.
Are you like feeling that it's harder to buy other brands? Even though you're still in your journey. We're all still on our it's just different inclines, right? Like someone's like still so. But do you feel like it's harder like to buy other brands? Like
it was harder up until maybe starting now, I'm kind of more like I could start looking at other brands again. But having said that, you guys, I mean, if you watch my channel and you guys know me, like the only other brand I buy is Chanel.
That's true.
And Chanel's not very cheap. So at this point, it's more like just kind of going back to Chanel, if anything. And yeah, perhaps that's not very fun for people watching my content if they're looking for variety, because I'm probably never really gonna buy another Dior bag or another LV bag, because whatever I have I'm fine with. And I'm probably the most loyal in terms of like sticking to exactly what I want and what I always buy. And so you can expect content on those, like, and or me buying those things, hence the content. But like you know, maybe the only exception is if, like you said, if I'm like in Paris and then I can get it for a discount, why not? Then I'll have a little bit of fun there. But otherwise at retail, I'm just gonna stick to Chanel and Hermes probably. I think that's what I'll end up doing.
Because you've always been the Chanel girl.
Yeah.
Until he took you for a ride. Okay, I'm gonna pause those questions. Thank you, everyone. Let me just pull some comments and questions from the audience. I'm seeing some already. So hi, Jacqueline. Jacqueline's here. She said, I feel you, Kat. I feel annoyed of myself asking for a bag. It just feels weird. Yeah, it just, for us, not weird. It's more, it feels like, so forced, you know? She's just gonna give me a bag. Give me my bag. Let's see this one. Oh, we can answer this. I can't answer it. I'm not that familiar with Celine, frankly. So who can take this? Sandra's asking, what are your thoughts on the Celine 16 bag?
I tried it out, actually. It's beautiful, but it's too businessy for me. It's the one with the top handle. And I think it'll be the same situation as carrying a Kelly 25. I always would feel like I have to be prim and proper to carry that bag. It's very structured as well. So the quality is beautiful, but yeah, I think it's too formal.
I agree with Isabel. It reminds me of the Chanel Coco handle, so it's slightly a bit more formal. So maybe if it's going to be your work bag, I think it's a good work bag, but it's not so casual.
It'll be a nice work bag if you don't have to carry around a laptop or anything, because it's quite understated. It doesn't have any logos. So it'll be a beautiful work bag, actually. But yeah.
The leather's quite nice too.
Yeah.
Celine is still popular, even though, I mean, it has a huge, it became very trendy because of girl's name? Lisa, Blackpink. And then is she still the ambassador?
I think so, right?
I don't think
after she stopped being an ambassador,
to Celine anymore.
Yeah, I don't see
she's
it as
recently
much.
wearing some LV recently. I saw her.
She's moved on. But yeah, I mean, after her, because of her, everybody was wearing like so many. I thought everybody was wearing Celine at one point, and then it sort of calmed down a little bit. Now it's a little bit like, you know, status quo or just softer. But it's still really popular. I think it's popular with the younger generation.
Price point is good. It's it's cheaper than LV, I believe. So you still get the look at a slightly easier price point.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a lot of like
the mini is okay.
Options with Celine. Like, you know, some of those clutch or pouch bags with the chain, they're like, I think in Australian dollars, they're like 1,600. There are really nice entry options.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good pricing for today's luxury market, right? Because what can you get now at Chanel for 1,600?
A wallet. Not even a full wallet, like a mini wallet.
It's so crazy. I haven't even announced it. But anyway, I don't know where I bought a pair of shoes. I probably worn them already. No unboxing. And they cost so much. I was shocked at a sticker shock on the price. There are a pair of Mary Janes. I think I paid
they're cute.
They're so cute. I mean, I mean, they're cute.
I love them.
But I think it was close to 2,000, or was it two?
Yeah.
That's like what?
Even their sneakers are like $2,000.
Yeah, I bought sneakers I bought 2 pairs of sneakers was it last year already? I honestly
Was
don't
it the year
remember.
before? Because I think we got the same pairs, Amy.
Probably,
you
right?
got the all black one as well as white and black,
Yeah,
right? I bought the white and black, and
Yeah.
it was the end of 22.
Okay, so I think I bought last year because they didn't have stock until actually I could have bought them in 2019, but then I bought the leather version instead, and then since then they never have stock. And so yeah, I was only able to track them down last year. Yeah, those are good, but I have to agree with because I texted Clara when I bought them too. I was like, oh, which color should I buy? I still ended up buying both, but I have to say I've been wearing the black ones more. It's just easier with the rain and just like, yeah, easier to take care of.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to pull this question on Celine. It's a pretty long one from Jacqueline, 2 parts. Okay, so let me, I think it's about deposit. So question, I've been eyeing a Celine bag. I texted a client advisor I met at the Celine boutique, but on another state. So Jacqueline's in America. I asked for the bag and he told me I can put myself on a wait list. Okay. So when I asked how much was the deposit, he said 100% and not guaranteed I will get it. I didn't feel right about it. Is this a thing in Celine, or was I getting scammed? I didn't know Celine does that. I'm told, like, Clara, do you know Celine does that? 100%
Yeah. So in Hong Kong, generally for bags, they're readily available, or you just have to kind of wait for it. I've never had this issue with the bags, but I will say the ready to wear is under that system where you have to prepay for the ready to wear piece because they only make like 3-4 pieces. And even after they get it, they can't guarantee that they will get it. And sometimes the waiting is a long time. So I think this might actually be a Celine thing, but I only encountered that for the ready to wear and not their bags. So it might be a Celine thing. But wow. That's Hong Kong and only specifically to the ready to wear, because if you buy ready to wear in like other brands, you know, you never have to prepay, and then don't know for sure if you're going to get the piece you want. It's the only brand that I've encountered that issue with. So it might be a Celine thing.
Do you prepay full?
Yes. So for example, if I've seen something on the runway that I like, then sometimes they might have a sample in a different size, or sometimes they might not even have the piece yet. But a lot of the ready to wear pieces, they only get a few pieces if they get it. And so you have to prepay for it. And I remember there was one like really nice jean jacket that I really liked, and I waited forever for it. I mean, I even had to talk to one of their buyers because she was a friend, and even she couldn't rush it for me, and there was no guarantee it was going to come in. Eventually it did come in. It took a really long time, but I didn't like it, so I returned it. But it was very specific to Celine, so I don't know about the States, but it could be a similar situation. But for bags, it's very rare, I think, that Celine bags are unavailable, especially a lot of them are pretty mass produced, right? So but I don't shop their bags as often, so I can't speak for that situation.
What about you, Isabel? Have you encountered something like this, or heard, not personally, but have you heard of it in Australia, where you prepay 100% and not guaranteed for Celine?
Oh, actually, you know, I bought the Celine denim jacket a couple of years ago. It was in Melbourne, and I think they had to get it transferred. It wasn't new season, it was old stock, so they had to track it down for me. I think we did pay 100%. And
yeah, the ready to wear is like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, did I buy anything from Celine? And I remember I actually got the jacket. Yeah, and they didn't have it in store. So I had to pay, but it was at least guaranteed because they could see it wasn't a new season that, you know, everyone wanted. It was just available in Melbourne, and so they had to get it transferred. But I believe I did pay, and then they brought it. Yeah. Yeah, I actually forgot about that. But I was okay with it because it wasn't like, oh, no guarantees, you know. He said it's actually, we can get it shipped over or transferred.
What, Amy? I don't think so, but this sounds like an age thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
This sounds like an age scheme, not scam, but scheme.
Well, age is only 50% deposit, right?
No, it's
No, it's
not. In
100.
Canada,
It's
okay,
50
I'll let
here.
Amy say. I'll let Amy talk about it. In Canada, it's
Oh.
odd.
Yeah. So
100%.
it happened to me so many times. So in Canada, if you want, like, there were several times I had to put 100. It's every time it's 100% deposit, but I'm not even guaranteed to get it if they try to transfer it from a store, but something happened. Either they get sold out in the meantime, or if it comes in and it's damaged. So it's still not guaranteed. But every single time I had to pay 100% deposit. I think only very recently I tried to put a deposit on a piece of jewelry, and they didn't allow me to do that because they weren't sure, because that was different from transferring from a different store. It's coming from France and they don't know when it's coming. So they couldn't see on the system when it's coming. So then they didn't let me do a deposit at all. But if I had to put a deposit, it was always 100%. And it's still not final or guaranteed until I receive it. So if there was a price increase that happens right after, like when I receive the item, I had to pay the difference as well. So it's very annoying. Like, it's sort of like you still have to pay the deposit and still not guaranteed, and you might still need to pay more if the price went up. Happens every time.
Oh,
It's
that's
the
so
weirdest
annoying.
thing in Canada. This is the I mean, after you shared this story for Hermes in Canada, it is mind-boggling because I have done deposit for my ring. We have the same ring. That ring, and mine came crossing the January, line, the January price increase line, and I paid 50%. It was in November or October or November. I got the ring in March, I believe, and I just paid the difference. There's no way that if I'm gonna pay a deposit and they tell me, oh, by the way, it's gone up by 600, you gotta pay the difference. I tell you, I would be very annoyed because to me, you put that price there, that whatever, how many digits you put on that paper, and then you tell me that when it arrives, I pay the difference or not that price. Now, why would I pay a deposit in the first place? The deposit is to guarantee me the item plus locking in that price.
It means that you bought it at that point in time. It was their problem that they didn't have the stock. Then don't sell it and sell it when it's there. What the?
I know, right? But
yeah.
I had to find out the hard way, and then every single time after that, it's still you cannot guarantee that you would get it, and you're not guaranteed the price either. So
it makes me feel like in any other industry, something like this will just not be allowed to happen.
I agree.
Absolutely not.
I feel
in Cantonese,
taken
I would say more
advantage of.
I would flip the table. I'll be like, "Are you crazy? Are you
Can
crazy?"
you imagine? Even when you give out quotations, if you're a small business, you have to honor it for like 6 months, and you haven't even done the work. Like if you're a builder and you give them a quote, you have to stick to it 2 years later if you're still building in 2 years' time.
That's why all the property market like died because COVID. Like everything just went up, but they had to buy the material and everything at that price. Who cares about inflation? You deal with it. You should have done. You should have handled inflation as part of your quotation. This one is no man. I'll pass it over to you.
Will not cop it. Like this is so.
I know it's frustrating, and I don't know if it's anywhere else other than Canada, but the first time that happened to me, and then they said, "I'm so sorry, but it's on the receipt," and I was like, "It's not on the receipt," because I always read the receipt, right? But it's actually just on the receipts that have deposits. So they only print out an extra paragraph on any receipts that have a deposit for an item that says the price is only final and the item is only final at the time of receiving the item. And then they make you sign it. But then, I've always signed receipts, but on the regular receipts, they don't put that paragraph. So I didn't read the deposit receipt that one time, right? So I found out the hard way, but that's the way it works in Canada. I don't know if there's any other countries in the chat. Maybe the subbies can comment, but yeah, here in Canada, it's always 100% deposit if they allow you to do it. And the item and the price is only final when you receive the item, when you take possession of the item. Anytime before that means nothing.
Except they took your money.
Yeah, they took your money. Exactly.
Okay. I have a H receipt here because I have a H bag at the back. I mean, paper bag. So that could be misconstrued. So if there's any lawyers in the chat, so there's this sentence here that says product. Okay, this is Singapore, by the way. So product prices quoted include GST affected at the date of the sale. Okay, but does not include shipping or any delivery charges, if any. Hermès shall retain ownership of the product until the customer makes full payment of the purchase price as set out in the receipt issued by Hermès. So when you make a deposit, you don't receive a receipt slip. You receive something else. But I received the exact same piece. So maybe that's why it's the purchase price of the receipt. Whereas, is it because you don't receive a receipt? You receive something else, a different slip?
No, I still, well, on the receipt. So if, let's say I go to Hermès and I buy a bunch of things, but I also put a deposit for something else, it would say all the items that I bought, and then it would say deposit for the item that I put the deposit for. And then at the end of the receipt, there will be an extra paragraph that says all deposits are only final, like all the purchase items for deposits are only final once you receive it. Once you take possession of the not verbatim, but I mean, I'm happy to bring a receipt next time to share verbatim what it says, but
wow,
I'm telling you, like every time, like it's happened to me a few times, right? I had to pay extra when the item arrived, or a few times something happened and I couldn't get the item, so it's still not guaranteed, basically, for us here.
It's the weirdest thing.
I know. But also, I have to tell you guys, I'm so sorry, ladies. I have to leave now because, like I said earlier, I was at a wedding and we have to go to the venue now. So I have to start heading there. But it was nice catching up a little bit with you guys. I'll watch the rest of the live later. But I'm so sorry I have to leave now. So
the timing. But enjoy your event.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay. Oh, our faces suddenly became so big. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so interesting conversation. Let me pull a few more questions. Let's do a simple one first. Okay, I think this one, Clara, you should answer this. Though maybe you would want to buy it as well. So Margaret Miss is asking, Hermès' newest color, Rose Darling. What do you girls think? Better than Rose Sakura? Have you seen it?
I've seen it, but I haven't seen it in real life or compared the two. Okay. But if you're a pink person, you'd probably like it. I mean, like it's like a pastel-y color, so it's probably easy to match. Yeah.
Let me share the screen and you can see this color. So apparently, Purse Bob, this is the Rose Darling. It's this darling color, soft pink.
It's like a baby pink. It's okay. I mean, it's a nice color. But yeah, personally, I try to avoid super light colors for bags, maybe as an accessory. But it is a nice pink. Yeah, you just have to be careful of color transfer and whatnot.
Do you like it, Isabel?
It's really pretty. But I'm just not a baby pink bag person. I never understood why the Rose Sakura was so popular as well. This looks a little bit more cool toned though.
I think
Yeah,
the
it looks
Rose
more
Sakura looks almost
silver.
white. So if you like pink, it's kind of like the color of pink that goes with everything.
Yeah, pink neutral.
Yeah.
For this, you mean this
Yeah,
pink will go
pink
with
neutral.
this is the pink that will go with everything? Like it'll be very neutral?
Yeah, most things. Yeah, like I think a lot of the it's like pastel colors, right? They probably blend in easier than something that's very saturated.
It's nice actually. I could get with this pink. Like Rose Sakura is nice, but it's quite pink. Like it's still it has is it warmer? I think it's warmer, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So it
It
really
might clash
stands
with
out.
more things.
This one, yeah, I think
I
this
like
is
this one is
soft.
more as well.
I don't know. So it's called Rose Darling. Everybody is. I mean, those who love pink are really excited about it. It's pretty. It's very pleasant.
It's pretty easy. Yeah, it's an easy pink. If that's what you're into.
Would you get it?
No.
Clara? No. Clara's like, no. Done.
I'm like kind of done with Hermes. And like if I wanted to get something pink, I would go for a different style.
Oh, good one. Okay, I think our faces are too big. Let's do this one. Yeah, that's too big. Too early for my face. It's so large. Okay, let's do oh, this is a good one. Okay, let's go. XXNBA is asking us, what's one quarter bag that you have doubt on if it should be in your collection or not? Isabel.
I think you already know mine.
Yeah.
It's between
Actually, I
the
don't know. There are
Barenia
so many. You have so many quarter bags. I'm at first I was thinking, is it the Ito or is it the Barenia?
Yeah, it's one of those two. What do you girls think?
Barenia.
I'm still so torn. The tube's nice, right?
I feel like
It's
you have a
nice,
lot of
isn't it?
Birkin 25s.
Yeah,
I think that's why. I think there's nothing wrong with it too. It was just the third one that was what's wrong. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, but if I'm looking at it from a logical point of view, yeah, maybe the Barenia should be in a different bag style, right?
Yeah, you can get the Barenia in a different, like in a Kelly or the Halzan. I have it in the Halzan. I really like it in the Halzan.
Actually, how is it patinaing now that you've had it for even longer?
It's really good. So I took it into the spa because I wanted to get some marks on it off of it because I think I dropped some alcohol on it. And when it came back really nice. It's like a deep patina, but it looks a little oily and it looks shiny. So it looks really nice actually. It looks really nice now. So it's not going to look like the gold on gold because it looks the same, right? It looks like it's like a well-used kind of like lived-in type of leather, but it looks hardy.
Would you prefer a gold Togo or Barenia Sobor?
I think it depends on the bag. It depends on the bag.
What would you do if you were? I still feel so burdened having two very similar bags, but I just can't take an action on it because
I think it's really hard. The Barenia is really nice. And there's like a nice sheen to it over time.
Yeah.
So
it's like, oh, it's so nice. And whenever I see it.
I don't think they will be that similar over time because over time it will look more lived in. It will look more like the saddle of the horses, whereas your gold is going to look like sharp and clean and crisp.
Like the gold looks dry next to it. It looks like, are you dehydrated?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It doesn't look as oily. It doesn't have the greasy look, right?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Do you have your bags Clara, I mean,
I do.
Isabel, are they
let me
like
go
next
get
to you?
my
Can you
bag.
take it out?
Wait,
Hang on, let me grab them.
Let's look at the greasy bag. Oh, the both of them disappeared and left me here because both of them have the Barenia and making me feel FOMO that I don't have any Barenia. So obviously my journey cannot end now because I need a Barenia. Ignore me. Oh, that's funny.
You know,
Okay,
this
let's
is so
see.
nice because I can't make a video about this because it's so formal. But on a live, I know only like people that get us watch it, so I feel like so liberated to say things.
You can
Like,
say anything.
yeah,
People
I love
won't-
it because you know if I say something on a video, it feels too official.
Okay.
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
back.
yeah. Be yourself.
So I actually have it in 2 different bags, which is why
Oh,
You have 2 Barenias?
I don't feel so bad about having 2 different colors. So here's my gold.
Oh,
Oops.
oh, you have golden Barenia as well.
And then
That's
here is my Halzan. Let me take off the blur off my background. It might be able to show better.
wait. Clara, both of your bags are Barenia?
No, one is so okay, took off the blur. So this one is my Halzan. Can you see it's like got like a oily texture on it?
Yeah.
Whereas
It's
my gold one,
gorgeous.
sorry, the lighting in my current setup is not that great, but you can see this one is darker and it's got that like
Oh.
oily look, whereas this is just kind of like very
Dehydrated.
it's not dehydrated, it's still pretty, right? But like it's too like you see the
Yeah, but
colors
they're
are different.
They're the
Mm.
different.
So it's
So-
like this one's like a bright brown and this is like a deep brown.
Actually, my lighting's really bad as well. Why does it look so pale? You know what? I'm gonna pull the blinds down and see if it's
Okay.
better.
Yeah, because I don't have much natural lighting where I am, so if this helps anyone to see what they look like.
Can you imagine this are all gold? Wait, that's your goal, right? Or is that your
Yeah.
Barenia, Isabel?
Yeah, and it's showing up right.
Look at all
You
those
see
gorgeous
the
bags.
patina better on the
Oh.
back of the bag. Can you see that? Like,
Yeah,
it's like more
I don't know
oily.
what's wrong with my screen. It just looks really like, you know,
Blurry? A little
faded.
bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So this
Got a
is
thumb-
like a dark brown, and this is like a yellowy brown, if that makes sense. So it's like 2 different bags.
See, this looks like gold, but this is the gold.
Yeah,
Oh,
they look
the
very
same.
similar.
They look the same.
It's
Oh,
probably
yeah. I
the
can see.
lighting.
Mm.
But in real life, I don't know what's wrong with my gold, but it looks a bit lighter than what I thought gold would look like. Is it because it doesn't have the contrast stitching? It's not really
Mm.
showing up true to color.
Let me. So there's no
I'm gonna
contrast
try.
stitching here.
Hmm.
So
Okay, the window wasn't the problem. I think it might be the ceiling light.
Yeah, it could be. This is a good yeah, thank you, Julie. Yes, this is the Barenia looks like it has more of a sheen, while the gold looks flatter.
Oh yeah, that looks better.
Oh yeah,
right?
okay,
yeah, that's
we
better.
see
So this is a Barenia, and this is the gold.
Oh, they
Yeah.
look so different.
So
Yeah, they look so different.
They're 2 different looks.
Oh,
Yeah. So this one looks a lot more lived in,
yeah, that
and
one.
it will get more oily with time, is my kind of feeling. Whereas this will probably still look the same after 5-10 years.
But see what I mean? My gold looks light.
Yeah. Yours look
maybe
a
it
little
was
bit
the
more
back.
like creamy gold.
Yeah.
Like-
So one of my friends actually said she really likes it because it's more youthful than what she thinks of when she thinks of a gold Birkin. But I was a bit surprised. I'm like, the color is not what I thought it would be like. Whereas Barenia, I kind of feel like I knew it was going to look like this. This side is actually better for color.
Look at all the gold bags.
Anyway, so they're too similar. They are way too similar.
Yeah, they
But
are very
Do
similar.
you get what I mean? The
Plus, the
Barenia just looks
tube is
nicer, right?
another neutral, so maybe
they're
that's
so gorgeous
why.
though. I mean, like it's so. I think Isabel's dilemma is like both are iconic bags. They're like you got sentimental. They're special. It's just they happen to be the exact same bag.
You know, if I just it was just a tricky situation because I didn't tell my essay about the SO when I came back from Paris because it almost felt like I didn't have documentation to tell me that I'm even going to get it, right? So, because you only get it when you get it. So I was like, I'm not going to tell him because I don't have the bag with me. So I don't want that to deter him from getting me what he was going to get me. And then, well, at least he didn't get me the gold on gold. Although if he did, it would have made the decision really easy. Yeah, so they're similar.
This is a hard one. Okay, we got some feedback for you. Let's take a look at this. So Julie is saying, take the Barenia over the gold. Baby Bird is saying, sell your gold 25, Isabel, and buy a different quota bag. Trade it at a trusted resale store. It's special, but you can transfer those memories. Wow. I can tell you love your Barenia. You can't make a move because you actually want to sell the gold.
Actually, no.
It's hard because I'm sentimental, and you
so
shared your story. Yeah, you shared your story about your hubby flying over there, getting your S.
You know what? Actually, he likes the Barenia more, and I was like, but you went all the way to Paris. He's like, yeah. So it was. He's so funny because he's like, yeah, but at the time he's like, I want to get the bag for you, but it's also a good financial decision because.
Yeah. I mean,
Would you
buy a bag like that without a pre-spend?
Would you reconsider to restitch the gold bag? Like, would it make you like it more if it had the white stitching?
No, I think it will actually make the two bags even more similar, right? Oh, you mean and then let the Barenia go?
I don't know. That's a tough decision. Unless you can find the Barenia in a different bag.
Maybe that's what is the best option.
Why do you? Okay, let me ask Isabel. Why?
Sorry, it's not meant to be about me, but
no, I'm curious because actually, it's an interesting like you're in a very interesting predicament, but at the same time, it's like it's hard. It's a hard one because you both are special. So okay, what makes you love the Barenia so much?
I think I just like the color more, but I don't know if I love the color more when it gets too dark. I like it like this.
Oh, will it get darker? You've had your bag for quite a while, Clara.
I like this color now. Like when it was changing, it had like different patches throughout. But now that it's evened out, I think it's like a really beautiful color. It looks, you know how like it looks very antique. Is that the word? It has that kind of antique, kind of ancient feel. Whereas with this, it's always going to look like this, right? And I feel that the leather on this is more special because of the sheen. I like the sheen on this, but it's not going to look as pristine as the gold. So it depends on if you kind of like that lived-in look or you like that pristine look. And I kind of like this patina, but I wouldn't want this. Like I was offered a Kelly 28 in this leather. I didn't want it for two reasons. First of all, it was really heavy because it's like a heritage leather. It's more heavy. It's more thick.
Yes, it is.
And also because I had a really bad experience waiting for this to patina, so I turned it down. But I don't regret it because I already have one bag in this leather. So, and this is a casual bag, so I don't mind that it looks lived in because this is a casual bag, right?
Yeah.
Birkin
is a casual bag too, I guess, which is why if I was to have a Barenia bag, I think I like that it is a Birkin.
Yeah.
Which makes it even harder. And I don't want to regret my decision.
Yeah, don't sell your Barenia.
And I agree. Really I was going to pull this comment from Sarah. I think you should keep both until you're sure. I mean,
I don't
both
think
are
I'll ever be sure.
every time you take it out, like, oh, I love you, I love
Mm.
you. Yeah, no, then don't let them go, because it's not that you need to let them go, right? And they're so classic. You have the most classic special pieces, gold on gold Barenia, and gold on gold, not even contrast stitching special. I mean, it's like, don't worry about them. Just stare at them until they change
sometimes
color or something.
it almost feels like an opportunity cost. I could have a more varied collection.
Yeah.
You can decide in 2 years, see what you reach for after 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
because resale market fluctuates, but they're always gonna be sellable. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just that when you stare, you're like, ooh, I got 2 brown bags.
When you feel a bit guilty, like it's almost like
Yeah.
when you have too many bags, let alone have 2
Yeah,
very
that's
expensive,
why
very
I
similar
sold my
bags.
Kelly 25 return, because I had like 5 or 6 Kellys, and I was like,
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was that many.
yeah, I had about 5 Kellys, so I was like,
You had 5
okay,
Kellys?
that's too many.
Wait.
So
You had
I
5
had
Kellys?
the Kelly 25 return, the Celine, the mini Kelly, the Kelly to go. So I had 2 25, 2 25s, a 28, the mini Kelly, and the Kelly to go. So I had 5. And I was like, it's like too much.
Which ones do you still have, actually?
So the only Kelly I let go was the Kelly 25 return.
So you
I
still
got
kept
the Kelly 28 return.
I
So
love
I didn't
that.
need.
That's so beautiful.
I only needed 1 return, so it was between the 25 and the 28. And because the 25 looks so formal, I decided to let it go, because this is a little more casual. But to be honest, the Kelly's always going to look formal regardless of the size, but it doesn't look as formal because it's bigger.
Yeah. And to your point about it's about to your point about over, like you feel there's this like chunk of, like, it's a lot, right? Because you're talking about
A
5
holiday
digit
for
bags
everyone.
sitting there, and you're like, oh, it's hard. It's
really hard.
I would say take your time to make the decision. There's some days I'm kind of like, oh, I missed my Kelly 25 return. But do I like regret it? No, because the funds went to something else that was way more important than the bag. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you hang on for a little bit. Hang on. I mean, you can, because yours you'll sell off anytime you decide to let it go, right? Because they're so special, but you won't be able to get them back, and that's a fact.
So you will. Yeah, like I'm not gonna go and buy the bag.
This one has to be 110%, 200%. You have to be very, very, very sure.
But at the end of the day, it's just a bag. It's just a bag. Relative to everything else, it's just a bag.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
True. But still, it's painful.
That's not right. It's, yeah.
I think, I think about how often I carry my Kelly bags. It's like hardly, I carried this one way more than my Kelly bags. And like, I just kind of chuck it. And my hands are all over it too, right? Because, yeah. But I use this way more. I got way more value for money out of this than my Kelly. So,
yeah.
There's always going to be other bags coming along anyways.
True. Not so serious. I know it's not. If we're talking about bags, I mean, it's not live. It's not. But still, it's like, because we love it. I mean, that's the passion, right? Because you love your bags. That's why it feels more serious.
Yeah.
Like
and you want your collection to make sense, right?
Yes. And they're hard to get. So I think that's also why it's hard to decide.
And to this point, like this question, we can fold it in here. What is your reflection on price increases across the luxury brands? I think that's why. I mean, in the past, letting go is still it's hard, but it's still, you can still say, oh, I'll get it back if I really want it. But I feel like the conversation of getting it back, it's hard now. Like if you let it go, that's it, it's bye.
Yeah,
get
because the
out.
pre-spend cost has gone up too. So the bag price has gone up, the pre-spend has gone up, so the whole thing has gone up, especially for Hermes.
Yeah, it's so expensive now. I was in Malaysia last week, and I was in this like a local brand, maybe in I don't know in Canada, like Lululemon, but bags. What's the brand in Australia? Starts with C. Like it's a local leather brand.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Oh, Kafun? Is it Kafun?
what?
Is it CAFUNE or is it that the one?
Yeah. Anyway,
Something
this
like
one
that.
local. Give me a local
Is the
brand
price
in
point
Canada.
low?
Give me a local leather brand in Canada. I mean, not Canada, in Australia.
Like Oraton?
Oraton, yes, Oraton. Okay, Oraton's a good one. So in Malaysia, we have one called Barenia,
Mm.
and I was there. I was like, oh, how expensive can Barenia be? I honestly had a sticker shock at the prices. It was because when I was buying Barenia with my mom, they were like in the 100, 200. I walked in and there was this bag that looked like a knockoff Speedy, mini nano Speedy. I was like, ooh, I could buy that. It was nearly $2,000. I mean, in the local currency, Malaysian ringgit. Don't do any conversions. You're talking local currency, people who earn locally. To nearly two. That was like 1,008 or something. I was like, wait, what happened to the hundreds? I mean, it's just psycho. These are brands that you would not bat an eye in the past. You're like, oh, the good leather brands, but they've gone up so much. It just really made me feel like, wow, I don't think I'll be able to afford Bonia anytime soon in the future because it's expensive suddenly. So now luxury brands, obviously, that's a totally different conversation. But it really made me take a step back going like, wow, things are really, really very expensive now.
Well, in a way, for me, it's good because like I'm more careful about what I buy and it's more curated. And when I have less bags, I feel I can get more rotation from them. Like I'm speaking on myself. Like I think I took down my bag collection from like 40 to like now it's like under 20, not excluding all the like costs and the Lululemon. I can use my bags more often. So you just have to save up and think carefully about what you really like and enjoy, which I find more enjoyment using the little I have than having a lot and being overwhelmed. Oh, I didn't like occasionally I'll be like, oh, I haven't used this bag and feeling guilty about it. Like I don't know how often I'm going to use this either, right? Because my current lifestyle doesn't require me to carry a Kelly 28 to work. So yeah.
What about you, Isabel? Are you feeling that in Australia? Are you feeling like
Yeah, I'm much more careful with my purchases. And a lot of it doesn't seem worth it anyway. It was never worth it. We know that. Like, when was it ever okay to, spend $7,000 on a Chanel classic flag, but like $18,000-$20,000?
That's a lot of money.
I just can't. And I think it's a combination of factors too. It's not just the price increases, but it's the cost of living.
Yeah.
Like salary stagnation. And we all got older compared to 5-10 years ago and have probably other responsibilities. So yeah, honestly, it actually, made me look at, other brands too. But yeah, I never used to like think so hard before buying, say, an LV bag or, like 5-10 years ago, oh yeah, I'll just blow $2,000 on these and that. But now you just can't get anything with that sort of money. And yeah, I'm definitely, it's definitely hard to buy something now. I mean, to justify it.
Yeah. I think the
Everything is
mentality, and
expensive.
also there is a question about this, like how do we feel, right? But it sounds like on top of the age journey, which is already psycho expensive, there is this also other feeling like, did I just go and eat last night and was that like $300? Like what where did it become so expensive? Everything's so expensive. My dog food, the dog food's expensive. Everything is just across the board expensive. So to if you want to buy something, you got to think many times. But on the other side, do you want to sell it? Because it's wow.
It's really expensive. Like interest rates are much higher now. So if people were like paying like $1,000 for their rent or the mortgage, it's like doubled or tripled now. So you have less disposable income. So it's not just the bag, it's like your mortgage, the gas, the car, it's everything, right? So in the scheme of things, you between paying your rent or buying your Hermes bag, you're obviously going to pay your mortgage, right? So because
This
your
conversation
mortgage
is
has
making me feel like I need to be responsible and sell that bag.
Same. One of them.
And then after we'll switch gears and say, oh no, I can't let it go. Oh, it's hard. It's so difficult. When you love something, it's really hard to let go. Then when you reflect on it, you're like, oh, I should be a responsible adult. I should let it go.
But it's just a bag.
It's just a bag.
You don't need it.
But it's okay. You just keep the ones you really treasure, and then and then when you have more money later, then you go buy something else.
Okay, I'm gonna pull a comment from Vivi. I heard YSL and Gucci have price decrease.
Wow, finally.
Yeah, I saw that actually. I didn't know about Gucci, but YSL definitely.
And they really should, because honestly, those price increases, they went way too far, man.
I think they ride the wave of COVID and how everything just went crazy. So they probably, take all first, grab it. And now that it's tapered, people are like, nah, don't want to buy. Like us, we're thinking, right? We're thinking 2, 3, 4 times. There's this wallet that I wanted from YSL. In the grand scheme of the Hermes journey, it's probably in H terms pennies, okay? Because it was a small wallet this big from YSL, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna get my black wallet. I think it was like $800. That's still a lot of money, but still, in the grand scheme of things, when I'm on a very expensive road, it's okay. But I did not buy it. I was like, $800. Don't wanna.
Yeah, that's still a lot for a wallet.
Yeah, I had to think about it. I just I need a wallet. Like I still need a wallet for currencies and all that. But I walked in and out. I'm like, no, I didn't buy it because I was thinking maybe later. So there are so many of these other people like maybe later. I think they feel it. I think they see it on their books.
Yeah, I recently bought a wallet too. It was a little pricey. Like I was like, really? But I needed a wallet, so.
Yeah, I ended up buying a Coach wallet. So I'm happy.
Oh, maybe I should have done that instead. I got a Prada wallet.
Prada's not too bad.
It's still not cheap, right? Prada wall. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so oh my gosh. We're half an hour. We could not make it. So I guess we answered this, right? Are you experiencing luxury fatigue since been buying luxury for a few years? Are you? We'll answer this quickly. Isabel, are you feeling a little fatigued?
Yeah, I actually talked about this in one of my vlogs. Yeah, I go in and out of phases. Like, there are times that I want so many things all at once. Because Because, you know, like there are times that you're like, oh my gosh, this is nice. That's nice. I want this. I want that. And then like, doesn't mean I'm going to buy all of them. I might buy one or two things. And then I think right now I'm feeling a bit like, oh, nothing seems that cute.
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like everything like looks boring. There isn't anything where I'm like, oh, that's like so cool or so nice. I feel like I'm bored.
Yeah. And you know, when you see the price tag too, you're like, oh, I don't want to pay $8,000 for that, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, you know the Bottega Andiamo bag, the little top handle one? I really liked it.
The one with the little ribbon?
Yeah, at the front.
Mm.
It seems like a nice everyday sort of size bag and casual. But then I was like, oh, like what, 7,000 or whatever it is.
Wow.
Yeah, Bottega's not cheap.
But you know, the leather's really nice, but
It
I
is.
just couldn't do it. I was like, oh, like even though I like something, sometimes it just doesn't feel worth it. And it's like really like that now.
Yeah. You read, there's like the calculator in the head is going like,
Yeah. Oh, I'd buy it if it was 3,000, you know?
Yeah, it's overpriced.
Yes. You'd be like,
Yeah.
If
So
it
even
was,
though I like it, I just won't.
Because then you have like 7,000. I can get something from Hermes, much more superior quality.
or put it somewhere else. Like it just doesn't. And you know what? And the luxury resale market doesn't help it helps the calculator in the head, but it doesn't help the actual retail, because you know, like we just talked about the Celine, right? 40% off. Who in the right mind is gonna not the right mind, but who's gonna, like, unless you really need to get it from the retail market, you know, you can get practically sometimes new.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Personally, if I'm only saving 10-20%, I'd rather just go to the boutique and buy new.
Yeah.
But if it's more than 30%, I would really consider it.
Pre-loved, yeah.
Ah.
But I mean, if it's your first bag and you're going to use it to death, that's also okay.
Yeah.
Agree. It's a bit like, I think most brands now, like this topic, it's a bit like when we talk about Dior bags, right? Dior bags, Lady Dior, don't buy retail. I mean, you can buy retail. They have many, many bags in retail, but it's just that when you know, when you step out of the store, when you swipe your credit card, do people still swipe the credit card? When you tap the credit card, you know it's 40% discount straight away.
So it depends on how much you want it and how much use you'll get out of it. It's like your car, right? Once you buy that car and it hits the ground, it's going to depreciate.
But you use it every
nothing
day.
Depreciates like a luxury bag. Nothing depreciates like a Dior bag. Like it just, don't get it. I don't get why it's immediately discounted when it leaves the store.
I think it's because there's just too much supply. I've never heard of anyone struggling to get a Dior bag. Never.
Yeah, that's true. They're so readily available.
Yeah, but still, like
even Lady Dior's like $10,000 in Australia.
It's crazy expensive now.
My ABC Dior, like what? I was so shocked. The one that I bought from Europe, I think it was like converted to like 8,000 Australian dollars, but in exotic. But I mean, it's not like croc, but still, like, you know, it costs more than a normal lambskin. But I was like, oh my gosh, and that was just like not even 2 years ago. And now, like, the regular leathers are like $10,000.
I don't know. I feel like all this price planning was like people from pre-COVID. Oh, things are going to go well, so let's just keep going until like they finally hit the fan. It's like, oh, did we overdo it? Like,
yeah. I have
feel like.
Anyway, continue first. I'll tell you another item. So this is not a bag, but I have this story about a piece of jewelry that I was shocked. Maybe I'll let you finish first. You were saying, Isabel?
Oh no, you finish because this is more related to this question than what I was gonna ask you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think a lot of people know I am obsessed, okay, with the Tiffany 16 stone slumberger ring. Like I love it. I love your ring, Clara. I love it.
I told you just get it or get it
I
pre-loved.
should have. Okay, wait.
Get it pre-loved.
Clara's like the mom. Like I told you you should have bought it earlier.
I told you so.
Now LVMH has bought Tiffany, so you just watch that.
Wow. Okay, I don't have to watch it. I saw it. So when I saw it, like maybe 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I thought, what? $10,000 for this ring? You crazy? But one day I'll buy it. One day. So, and then I said, okay, I'll save, blah, 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 buy bags. She did not buy the ring. And then during COVID, so it was when it was opening, I think 2022, 23, I can't remember. I have a picture. I have a picture of me wearing my mask with the ring. And I was in Malaysia. And that time, I think LVMH just bought them or going through the whole sale. I can't recall exactly. But in Malaysia, that price, it was 40 plus thousand. So when you convert that, maybe it was about $14,000. So it went up. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. It's just so crazy. Oh, 16. I think it was 16 because the currency wasn't so bad yet. So about 16, I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. Anyway, 3 months ago, I decided to just go and take a peep. Like always just go and try it out, for that few seconds. The price of that ring today is 22,300 Singapore dollars.
Oh my God.
Just over that 1 year.
Well, look at what happened.
I nearly drooled. I was like, huh?
Look at how much a Speedy costs at LVMH now. I'm not shocked. The Speedy is what, 10K now? The LV pricing strategy is like just insane.
Oh, those special ones.
Yeah, is it the
barrel
Resale one or whatever? It's like it's just a Speedy, right?
It's crazy.
It is. Why? It's the same ring. It's the same ring, the same damn diamonds. Okay, it's wow. That is daylight robbery. Wow.
Isn't diamond price down? Because everyone's apparently going for lab-grown diamonds for like engagement rings.
It's the LV premium. Because as soon as LV took over Tiffany, I knew they would just jack up the prices, and they're gonna start being like changing over the collections a lot. Like how LV's like constantly like they're gonna make Tiffany very super mass commercial, more mass commercial than before, and then increase and double the prices. Yeah.
I think that fast pace also adds the luxury fatigue because it doesn't feel so luxury anymore as well.
No, you're right.
At one point you'd be excited to see the new collections, and then there comes a point where you're just like, oh, I just can't be bothered to follow anymore because there's just so many new things all the time. That's how I feel, because
it's a mix, right? Like I after seeing those prices, I feel like it adds to the fatigue because it's just like I like it, but I'm mind blown at the prices. And then on top of that, you churn out so many. I'm like, oh, no, like just forget it. It's like a buffet of things, right?
For us.
It's a very expensive buffet. Like you're like, I don't want to eat here anymore. Like, bye.
Yeah, or shop pre-loved. I think there's like a lot of stuff coming on the market pre-loved because like the economy is not good. China's economy has kind of hit the fan, so there's like a lot of the luxury stuff being sold on like pre-loved market now, like good deals.
So there is a talk about, I think a couple of days ago I saw on IG. I didn't go into depth of it, but apparently LVMH is buying up Cartier. Buying up Richmond, right? Richmond stock.
Are they? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're
So
doing
Cartier,
the behind the scenes, like
Gucci.
collecting the business. So you're buying the
Oh my
stocks.
God.
So maybe VCA, Cartier will all come under the whole conglomerate. Like, whoa.
Yeah, then
Time
you're
to buy
gonna
some
see the
DCA.
price like double and triple again. So crazy.
Okay, let's pull the. Oh, Nadine's asking. Okay, let me pull this one. For 5 quota bags in
Oahu. That's
Oahu?
Hawaii, right?
That's Hawaii. Okay, Hawaii. I spent. That's a lot. I don't want to know. So I
US
probably.
dollars?
Actually, there's a question. Have you ever added up your pre-spend? I've glanced through it and it's not pretty, including pre-spend. How could put down a down payment for her? Okay, how much you all spend your journey? How do you feel when you do the math? I feel sick. We laugh, but it's true, right? Don't you feel sick to the stomach? I feel sick. We better be good.
I feel pretty sick too, to be honest. I recently made a list of all my items for just kind of like insurance purposes, and I spent like several hours making that list because I had to copy the serial number from every piece of jewelry and bag and then give it a kind of value based on what I think the current market value is. It's a lot of money, and that's not including the pre-spend. It's a lot. It's a lot. So you really have to manage your expenses well to know, okay, this is how much I want to allocate to luxury, and this is how much I want to allocate to my daily necessities and savings. It's really important to have that in place. Otherwise, it's really easy to go down that rabbit hole and eat into other expenses. This is really important. Yeah.
Okay, this conversation is making me feel like an adult again. You're selling. But it's true. It's just a lot. Have you summed up yours, Isabel?
I haven't, because I don't have a spreadsheet or anything, but I do have like in my iPhone notes, like, sort of like what I've been buying, for the purposes, when should I ask for the bag, So it's probably not so accurate. It's probably not to the dollar, but I'll just list out the items and like the approximate, like as a group, right? But I only have it for each bag, but I've never added them all up. But you know how when you're shopping at with your SA and they have their phones with your profile on it, and on top it tells you how much
the sum,
the summary is.
Yes.
The first time I saw a 6-digit number, I was like, what the heck? Yeah. And apparently that's only the last 3 years. Did you know that? They have to go to the back computer to see.
I think I've kind of like seen like quickly the number. Yeah, it's quite scary.
Yeah. So,
you mean on the SA's phone, right?
Yeah, you can only see 3 years worth of purchases. But this was a couple of years ago, so that would have still been everything, because I wasn't there for like maybe longer than 3 years anyway. But recently my SA told me that they can only see 3 years, which apparently a lot of people have theories that, so the 3 years spend counts, but then like whatever's older is more history, but doesn't really count. Or what categorizing you as a client, I suppose.
So after so if you stop, so if your 3-year cumulative spend is not substantial, then they'll sort of like start dropping you.
Yeah,
either that or
I wasn't
like a
invited
market
to
to you again.
Yeah. So last year I was invited to the sale, and the theory is, because I've got a couple of friends who shop at Hermes, and they were like, oh, it's probably the whole 3 years spend, or if it's random. But I think
I think the manager selects the people that goes to the sales, so they probably just draw a line.
Other people have really like jacked up their spending compared to me sort of decreasing.
Yeah.
So maybe it's all relative too. Maybe more people spent more. Yeah.
Yeah, plus you run out of things to buy anyways. Like, how many bracelets can you get?
Mm.
How many like I don't know, earrings or around sandals do you want? Like I don't want like my whole sandal collection to be Orans, right? It's kind of
Which
boring.
it is right now for me. Every time I like, wear something, and even when I'm making videos, right, to like style different clothes, I'm like, why am I always wearing orange sandals? I don't have anything else.
Oh, interesting. This is an interesting conversation. Like the tone. Like I bet if I reflect, like watch back our live together, like the four of us, we were all like, hey! But now today, like fast forward, it's a little bit different. It's more, I guess, it's more real life.
I feel like we're always sort of around at the same phase.
We all started around the same time, and plus, like at that time, the economy was good. It was very new, and we're like still like eating, and then now it's just like we're
like giddy,
full,
like,
yeah.
But now it's like, I can't take it
on
anymore.
my mortgage.
Let me I think I missed the question, but it's is it Julie? Oh, here we go. Yeah, Julie's asking you this one, Isabel. Isabel, why not let go of your Ethope B25 instead of your gold versus Barenia?
I actually said that because someone asked me this question: if you had to let go of one Hermes quota bag from your collection, which one would it be? And at this point, I had just gotten the Ethope, and feeling that sort of it's just another Birkin sort of thing. I actually did say in that Q&A video, I'll probably let that one go because it feels the least special. But my logical mind is telling me, but it's at least different.
My logical mind is saying the same as yours, but I get it. Like it's not. It maybe you don't vibe with it as much.
Yeah, so I feel like even though I carried out a few times, it's a really good neutral. It really truly goes with everything. Now I really see why it's such a popular color. But yeah, Julie, I have actually thought about that. That it probably feels the least special to me. But my brain, that's what my heart says. But my brain's like, I have two very similar Birkins and a different one. And for me to let go of a different one just doesn't feel like it makes sense with the logical brain.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Okay, I'm going to ask Clara. Clara, if you were Isabel, which would you let go? She got 3 Birkin. Three Birkin. I'm going to make you feel bad. 3 Birkin.
3 Birkin 25s is so unnecessary.
I would probably...
Clara will sell all of them because she doesn't like the Birkin.
No, okay.
Clara be vicious.
I
She's like, get rid of that.
I think I would get rid of the gold SO. Like that one has the sentimental value, but I think it's too similar to the Barenia. And I also think the gold is very similar to the Ethope. It's kind of like the same kind of, if I need to go with everything, then the Ethope is the same as the gold. But because the gold is too similar to the Barenia, I feel the Barenia is more special. So I understand the gold SO had a sentimental value, but I feel the function of that bag is the same as the Ethope. But you already have like like this color, right? So it's too similar. It's too similar. Unless you're like, I only like gold. You know how some people only like black bags? It's like, I only like gold bags, then you need 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just going to use that example, that last point that you made. Like some people just have black bags and there's nothing, how different can they be? They're all black bags. So it could be that you could have all gold bags, gold shades or tan shades.
Gold shades. Or like if I love
it's like
pink,
a palette, right? Like this is my palette. So
and I
go
only
away.
It's like Kasaki has like 20 pink bags, but she loves pink. Yeah.
So could that be your style? But I don't know.
But I think even those people wouldn't have 2 black Birkins, right?
Maybe in different
One thing-
sizes, like a
Black
B25 and a B.
You could have a black
Buy-
Birkin 25 and a black
And a box
Birkin,
leather or something, right?
a box leather and and a Togo. You
It's
could.
like people who only wear all black. It's like, I layer it. It's like black on black, but one's
Yeah, it's
suede,
dark
the other's
black,
leather.
midnight black with black.
This is patent. This is suede.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think the tan brown, the gold, is my black because that color goes with everything. So even when I pick other bags, I feel like I always tend to go for the tan brown, like the lobe puzzle bag.
Yeah, that's the color. That's your color.
That's
I
my
remember
color.
it's your color palette.
Yeah, it's your
That's
color
why.
palette.
So
And
I
it's
think
just so
gold
good
looks
for
better
Australia
on
as
you
well.
than it took.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that you have two. So, and it's the same design bag. I think you're right. Like, say if your gold bag, like, say if like your gold bag was this, like, say it was the Kelly 28, and then you had the Barenia Kelly 25, I think you would be happier.
I'll be really happy. Yeah.
Yeah, like, say if your gold, your SO was this bag, for example,
Yeah.
then at least you have some variety. You might feel better. But the Barenia is harder to get, I feel. Yeah.
And I suppose with the whole sentimental value thing, like if you let go of the item, it doesn't get rid of the memory anyway,
No,
the
it
memory
doesn't.
still stays with you forever. Pictures,
Yeah.
memories.
Yeah. And it's a good story, right? I think if I were
Exchange
I'm
it
going
for something else.
variety. I feel like for me, if I had like 3 bags like yours, I would let go one of the golds. Even though I know gold would look good on me, but I think I would value
right?
Yeah, I would value variety. Just to give me that option of using a different color with different outfits, styling it differently. Okay, but between the two, well, that's a toss up.
Or get a Birkin 30 in the gold on gold. If it's not a Kelly.
It's such a good bag to be in a Birkin 25. You're right, because it's casual. It's not
casual.
too bulky. Because I don't want Barenia to be too big because it'll be even harder to care for.
I think someone was saying that there's kind of turned black. I don't have that issue with this bag, but I did have that issue with a watch band. So I think it depends. So I think, and Barenia is quite heavy in a larger bag. So I think the Birkin 25 is probably as big as you want the Barenia in. Whereas Togo is lighter.
Black, I might really miss my Togo because then I don't have a tan brown anymore.
Maybe get something else.
So for sure, you cannot let go any of the bags. None of the three. The three's just got to sit there for a while because you would miss them now. Like it's too
early. Like I'm just
way too early. Yeah, the opportunity cost fine, but I think regretting it is worse at this moment where you really doubt yourself, right? Because I don't have it anymore. So you got to keep it for now. No choice. Sell it later when you're really sure.
If the Barenia still looks this color, then I probably feel a bit more reassured that I can let the gold go maybe.
Yeah, I think it will still be different color, but not a lot more. So this is already pretty dark.
I love that color.
Yeah.
You know the whole point about how Hermes bags, like you can't see them or try them readily before you actually buy your bag. I think I always had this idea that my I wanted a gold, but the color I really wanted was actually a deep brown, like the Barenia. But I didn't realize a gold was not as saturated in terms of color.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I still love
more
both.
like caramel. It's like a little like caramel.
It is, right?
So this is kind of like a horse saddle type of feeling when you see horses that have like saddles that have been well used. Whereas this like doesn't look like a saddle. It just looks like a steam bag. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully this will stay this way.
Because that color is really nice.
It is really nice. And
I
I've
want to
had
know
this
what
for 2
4
years.
bags Maria has in purple.
Yeah, Maria she's telling you keep them. I've got
Yeah, that's
4
what she's
purple
telling me.
Birkins.
But I want to know which ones they are.
And I'm sure there's an anemone.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah. 4 different shades. I would love to have multiple green bags, but I can't. I feel so guilty. I don't know. I just like I can't do it.
Just one's enough.
Get the SLGs in different. The Calvi holder is cheap.
I'm so when you sell your. I think when you do decide to let go one of them, if you ever, it's gonna be interesting which one you decide, Isabel.
Yeah, I'll be interested as well. Right
When
now,
the time
I'm just
comes.
so confused.
You can't make a choice now. There's too many too many
Pros and
ifs.
cons are the same, right? The list.
Yeah, the trade-off, not like the trade-off of letting it go is
They're
too
just
high
too
at the moment. You're
even.
like, cannot. Okay, we've got 10 minutes. I'm going to take one more question from our Q&A here. So, Kamyo's asking, where do you all see yourself in the next 2 years? Whether still handbag, jewelry, or no lux? Wow. Clara.
This is very difficult. I don't think I'll always like be no lux. That's like a very harsh state, but it will be definitely. I feel like I'm in a good place with my handbag and my jewelry, and I'm kind of like reaching a stage in my life where my lifestyle also doesn't require me to use a lot of luxury. So I wouldn't say it's no lux. It might be low lux or whatever the trend is right now. I know it sounds silly, but I mean, I'm no longer working in a place where every girl on the street is wearing her Kelly or Birkin, right? So I don't really need that as much anymore. Plus, I want to be able to use my items. I can't be just constantly buying bag after bag after bag because I realize I can't use them and I don't appreciate and enjoy them as much. I kind of really like being like just having my 10, 15, and maybe I'll swap 1 or 2 occasionally. So yeah. But this is like me. I'm like 50 and I'm like end career stage. So that's why I think that way. If I was like young, like I'm like 20s, 30s, probably I'd be still very much into my handbag and my jewelry. But like I'm in a different stage of life right now. Yeah.
What about you, Isabel? 2
I-
years.
Yeah,
Don't go so far.
Yeah, 2 years is not that far right away. I feel like I'll probably be in a very similar phase where I've definitely slowed down a little on the luxury shopping, mainly because, we're probably all the same in the sense that we have, our major holy grails and we're pretty content with our collections. So I feel like I've been in this space for a while now. So if there's anything interesting that pops up, I will consider it and purchase it. But it like feels more casual and it feels more laid back. And it could be handbags, it could be jewelry. Yeah, definitely with you, Clara, on like, I'm not going to be no lux. I think I'm always going to like lux. But yeah, handbag, jewelry, like whatever. Actually, I don't have a very extensive jewelry collection. So, there's definitely room for growth there.
Yeah, jewelry is fun. I actually did jewelry before handbags, which is why I don't have as much jewelry.
A lot of people do the other way, right? Handbags first.
Usually, most people I know tend to be more like handbag, but I did my jewelry first, and I'm very well curated on my jewelry, so I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I have to like see something like I'm like, wow, I really want that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it'll change much in 2 years.
Yeah, I agree with both of you about being low lux, which is, I mean, how low can you be when you have like H bags? But I'm actually thinking about my H collection because I don't have that many, but even I'm going 5 years, right? I asked myself if I had to really just keep, say, two items, I think I would just be happy with a Birkin and my mini Calais. Like everything else can go. So I do see a very like curating it smaller, and it's also because I'm not that young as well. So we're talking like when I'm hitting the fives, I don't think I would care. I don't think I need these bags, and I think it would be bags that they will be two extremes. One is that I would use and abuse, and they could be luxe, like say say my Chanel 22. I literally just use and abuse it. It's expensive, it's a luxe, but I have this category of bags, and obviously Longchamp would sit there. But then I would have another category which would be very, very small, that it could even be like 2 or 3 bags that are really expensive or high or just very occasional. Just I would not like treasure bags. So in a way, low luxe and very curated. I do see it shrinking even more. So I am about, I think it went up a little bit, with the Chanel bag, the recent Chanel bag. I think I'm at like 15 bags, not including all the other contemporary ones. But I see it dwindling to below 10.
Wow.
And 5, and 5 in my head would be it'd be hard because I like all my bags, but I feel like 5 is special. Whoa.
Well,
Challenge.
Isabel, do you have like a number?
You know, when I see like a very small collection of bags from like subscribers or friends, I feel like that you're right, that collection is so special, and I kind of miss having a very tight collection. But right now, you know, I don't have a specific number, and I don't think I'm there yet that I can drastically reduce down to like 5 to 10 bags. I have 20 something at the moment. I can't remember 20 what. I don't think it's too bad because some of them are not as expensive.
It's not that bad. Actually, it's not. Actually, it's not 20. Actually, if you think about it, you put 20 bags like on the floor, you're like,
It's like
that's
nothing.
it.
Yeah.
Where are my bags? That's it.
When I
And
moved
most of them are
shelves-
small too.
Yeah, when I moved my shelves from my bigger room to this little office room, because I was telling the girl that I had to give my room to my baby because she needs a bigger bed now because she fell off her cot. Now she needs a proper toddler bed. Oh my gosh, that gave me a heart attack. So anyways, I had to move out of the proper room and come into the study. When I moved my shelves, I was reorganizing my bags and I was like, oh, like I don't have enough bags to fill up.
There's space.
It's not done yet, so I just need to like put all the bags up. But I was thinking, my collection's not too bad.
Yeah,
Also,
actually.
on the whole lobe thing, Kat, I remember you did that back in 2019. But I feel like it's a whole different perspective. I feel like back then it was more like, we're just trying to be responsible. And it was almost like, I'm going to challenge myself to do this. But now it's more natural, isn't it? It's like,
I think it's not. It kicked the ball rolling, right? It's something like when you want to, maybe at that time you're on a train of, I want to buy, but I have to stop myself.
Exactly.
So, but
it's a whole
that
different
stopping, that it sort of kick-started a different thought process, like, fine, kind of feels good not buying so many things, and then new feelings appear. And now it's almost like I shouldn't be buying any. It's like I don't even want to buy it, or I do want to buy it, but you really think a lot more now. 5 bags is really hard. Like it's hard, but I do think anything below 10 is super good. It's really like
I don't know if that's achievable for me right now.
I think under 10 is really, I think under 20 I can do, under 10 is really hard for me.
It's hard, right, Clara? It's hard because we love bags, and it's not that you say, oh my God, I'm gonna save all my money, but we love bags. So 10 is really curated. Like I say 5 because I'm just thinking, okay, 5 different Birkin bags. Oh my God, one Chanel is gonna be difficult. But then it's super curated. But 10, I think magic, very comfortable, very like almost every bag will get used. 10. Yeah.
And you still have a good variety.
And you get a good variety. Maybe that's the challenge in 2 years. We'll catch up again, and then we'll be like, how many bags?
Oh, we only have 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But yes. Anyway, we are 2 hours. What? So fast.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Is your baby like crying in the background?
No, she's actually she's doing taking her first morning nap. So she's sleeping.
While the mom's like, I'm checking my handbags.
Yeah, she can probably hear me, which is why it took her a while to fall asleep, I heard.
Anyway, thank you so much. I know it's really hard right now, mommy duties and all, but thank you for joining us. And Clara,
thanks for having me again.
We'll chat soon. You know, we have lots of stories on your side. You're in Canada. I think that'll be also, something to talk about. But yes, thank you everyone for joining us on this special timing. So next week, our calendar will be up. Amy's not here, but our calendar will be up. Next week will be on Amy's channel. So do follow us on our YouTube. All of us, Isabel, Clara. If you're not following, what are you doing? Click the subscribe button. But otherwise, thank you again, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.